Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take on the most complicating aspect and the most exciting aspect of redemption, where all the action happens, the battle phase. If there is a lost soul in an opponent's land of bondage, you may make a rescue attempt, provided your hero has access to the lost soul. If there is no lost soul in an opponent's land of bondage that your hero can access, you may make a battle challenge or skip to your discard phase. Speaking personally, I almost always skip to the discard phase. Almost everybody does. If there is no lost soul to rescue, don't even bother making a battle challenge, because it won't really accomplish anything, because you won't rescue a lost soul. So, if there is a lost soul in an opponent's land of bondage, you may make a rescue attempt, provided your hero has access to the lost soul. To rescue a lost soul in a site, a hero must have access to the site. If a hero does not have access to a lost soul, then whatever battle you start automatically becomes a battle challenge. A hero has access to the site if A, the hero's icon, the hero's brigade, matches the brigade in a site. B, a special ability gives the hero access to the site. Or C, an unoccupied site from your territory is placed into battle that has a brigade that matches the brigade of a site holding a lost soul in your opponent's land of bondage. Confused yet? Don't be. That's the easy stuff. Alright. Ready. Every battle begins by presenting a hero. Heroes start battles, not evil characters. Heroes are the only characters that rescue, so they begin the rescue attempt. A rescue attempt begins by presenting a hero to challenge a rescue attempt, to begin a rescue attempt. That is done by putting a hero in the field of battle. It can be played from your hand or your territory. Some heroes have a special ability. The special ability does not become active until the hero enters battle. Once the hero enters battle, the special ability is activated. The instructions on the card must be applied at that moment. If the special ability requires the word may, you don't have to activate the special ability. So, what happens next? Your opponent blocks. Or they don't have to block, but they are very encouraged to block. That is the next step. Your opponent must decide whether to block your rescue attempt or battle challenge. If your opponent chooses to block, he should place an evil character into the field of battle to fight the hero that you presented. This evil character can come from his territory or his hand. Some evil characters have a special ability. That becomes active when they enter battle. Once the evil character enters battle, the special ability is activated at that moment. Again, if it says may, he doesn't have to. Same thing. So, you present a hero, your opponent presents an evil character, and obviously during your opponent's turn, when your opponent presents a hero, you present an evil character to block. Again, you don't have to, but if you don't, then the rescue attempt is successful. So, yeah. So then what happens? Battle happens. If you have a hero in the field of battle, and your opponent has an evil character in the field of battle, you need to check for initiative. What is initiative? Well, let's put it this way. So you have a hero, your opponent puts up an evil character. There are 4 possible conditions that the battle can have right now. Your hero could be losing. Your hero can be winning. Your hero and your opponent's evil character can be in a mutual destruction situation, or your hero and your opponent's evil character are in a stalemate. The player whose character is losing after a card has been played has initiative. Okay? So there are a few different ways to lose. We'll get to that in a few seconds. But what does initiative mean? Initiative is the ability of a player to play an enhancement. That's what initiative means. When you have initiative, you may play an enhancement. The brigade color of the enhancement must match the brigade color of the character using the enhancement unless a card specifies otherwise. Multicolored good enhancements may be used by any hero, and multicolored evil enhancements may be used by any evil character. You can only play enhancements on characters that are in the field of battle during your battle phase. So, if you have a white brigade hero in your territory, but you have a purple brigade hero in the field of battle, you can't just play a white brigade enhancement into battle. It still has to be purple. Okay, same thing goes for evil characters. Has to match the brigade of the character in battle. The effects of the abilities, which remember are the numbers on the enhancement, are always used to increase the abilities on the character upon which the enhancement is played. Okay? So when you add an enhancement to battle, then you start adding up the numbers. Also, as is usually the case, there is a special ability on the enhancement. It activates when it's in the field of battle, and it can only be activated on a character in the field of battle. The special ability may affect the character using the enhancement. It can affect the opponent. It can affect other cards outside of the field of battle. It may affect the holder of the character. It may affect the opposing evil character, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it is activated on the character using the enhancement. So, you can only play enhancements if you have initiative. So, who has initiative? Well, I already said, if your character is losing, you have initiative, which you cannot pass. If you don't play an enhancement when you are losing, the battle is over, resolve the battle. If it's a stalemate, the person who did not play the last card has initiative. You may pass initiative if you wish, but if initiative is passed 3 times, the battle is over. Same thing in a mutual destruction. If it's a mutual destruction situation, whoever did not play the last card has initiative. You may pass initiative, but if initiative is passed 3 times in a row, then the battle is resolved. If you are winning, your opponent has initiative. Your opponent cannot pass initiative. If he doesn't play an enhancement, the battle is over, resolve. Okay. Now, I'm throwing about all these different terms, and I've already been talking for over 8 minutes. Goodness gracious. Well, at any rate, I mean, there's a lot more to say, and I can't hope to say any more right this very second. Well, actually, no, I can make 15-minute videos, so rock on. Okay, let's see how much we can do. All right, ready, ready, ready? What does losing mean? A hero can be losing the battle in one of 3 ways. There are 3 ways to be winning: by numbers, by immunity/repel/ignore, or by removal from the battle. What's losing by numbers? Your combined abilities of your hero and all your heroes in battle. There are ways to get multiple heroes in battle. Don't get ahead of yourself. But again, your hero in battle and all the enhancements attached to your hero, when all those numbers are added up, and when all of the numbers of your opponent's evil character are added up, your strength is lower than your opponent's toughness, and your toughness is less than your opponent's strength. If this is the case, your hero is losing by numbers. That means you have initiative. You cannot pass initiative. You must play an enhancement. If you don't play an enhancement, then the battle is over. You lost. Alright, now, then there is losing by immunity or repel. Special abilities. Some special abilities include the following: immunity. What is immunity? Immunity means that nothing that your opponent does affects your character. If your character is immune to your opponent's character, that character and all enhancements used by that character do not affect you, your hero. Your hero is not affected by any special abilities by your opponent or by abilities. If you're immune to your opponent, abilities mean nothing, special abilities mean nothing. If your character repels or ignores a character, it prevents that character from entering the field of battle, which means which basically means that your opponent is not even there. If your character ignores or repels your opponent, it's as if you are walking right past them. So they can't block. So here's the thing though. Your hero, your hero can be losing if your opponent's evil character is immune to you or is repelling/ignoring you. Your rescue attempt is failing. You have initiative, but you have to play an enhancement that disposes of the immunity or the repel or the ignore by negating it and stuff like that. That would be the response. You would have to negate the immunity or the repel. There are special abilities on enhancements that allow you to negate immunity or repel, stuff like that. So you do have initiative, but you must respond to your opponent's immunity or repel. If you cannot do that, then you cannot play any enhancements. Your initiative is over, the battle is over, you lost. Lastly, if you are losing by removal, there are special abilities that your opponent can play that would permit them to remove your hero from the field of battle, either by discarding it or by simply removing it from the game. There are abilities that allow them to do that. If that is happening, you are losing by removal. You have to interrupt that or negate that and do something about it. If you cannot do that, even though you have initiative, you cannot play any enhancements, the battle is over. Remove your character from the game. So that is losing. If you are ever losing by numbers, immunity/repel, or removal, you have initiative, you're the one that gets to play the enhancements. Okay, that's losing. 3 other conditions to go over. If your total numbers, the sum of your abilities, and the sum of your opponent's abilities are exactly the same, it is a stalemate by numbers. It means that your strength is not as high as your opponent's toughness, and your opponent's strength is less than your toughness. This is a stalemate by numbers. Whoever did not play the last card has initiative. So for example, let's say that I put my hero into play. My opponent blocks it with an evil character. At this point in time, I am not defeating my opponent is not defeating me. My strength is less than his toughness, and his strength is less than my toughness. It's a stalemate by numbers. He played the last card. He put an evil character into battle. He is the one who played the last card. I have initiative because he blocked, and we're in a stalemate situation by numbers. Now, there can also be stalemate by immunity. Stalemate by immunity is when both characters in the field of battle are immune to each other, which means that nothing that the hero does will affect the evil character, and nothing that the evil character does will affect the hero. Even if they get rid of the immunity, nothing happens. So this is stalemate by immunity. In this case, whoever did not play the last card has initiative. Good luck trying to get out of that situation, though. Personally, I've never seen stalemate by immunity. But regardless, that can happen. So that's stalemate. That's fairly easy. Similar to the stalemate situation is the mutual destruction situation. What mutual destruction is instead of stalemate, where neither character is defeating the other character, both characters are defeating each other. Which is to say that both characters are losing. So you can have mutual destruction by the numbers, which is the hero's strength is higher than the evil character's toughness, and the evil character's strength is higher than the hero's toughness. Again, whoever did not play the last card has initiative. So that's that. But then there's also mutual destruction by mutual removal, which is where both characters are losing because both of them are being removed from battle. Now, usually what would happen is you're being removed and your opponent is being removed. Your opponent is playing something that's removing you, and you play something that is removing your opponent. In a mutual destruction by mutual removal situation, again, whoever did not play the last card has initiative. It's another tricky situation, but again, the person who did not play the last card has initiative, but the only enhancement they can play has to interrupt or negate the special ability that is causing the removal. If you can't stop the removal from the battle, then your initiative gets passed. If your opponent can't do anything, passes to you. If it's passed 3 times in a row, the battle is over and you resolve. Both characters get removed. It's not successful. Now to the most important condition. Winning. When are you winning? Well, simply when you're not losing. A hero would be, again, you can be winning by numbers, which is to say that your strength is higher than your opponent's toughness, and your opponent's strength is less than your toughness. You're winning by numbers. It means your opponent has initiative, and they can't pass the initiative. If they can't do anything about it, they lose. You can win by ignore or immunity. You are ignoring your opponent or you're immune to your opponent. That means your opponent cannot block you. If they can't, they have initiative, but they have to play an enhancement that prevents or interrupts or negates the ignoring or the immunity. If they can't, they lose. And again, you can be winning by removal, which means that you are either discarding or removing from play, or just removing from battle the blocking evil character. Your opponent is losing by removal. That means they have initiative, but they have to play an enhancement that stops the removal. If they can't, they lose. If an evil character wins, the hero and all the enhancements attached to the hero is discarded from battle into the discard pile, and that's it. Again, unless a card states otherwise. If a hero wins battle, the evil characters and the evil enhancements get discarded, and your opponent must surrender a lost soul. This is how you rescue a lost soul. Your opponent must surrender a lost soul your hero has access to. When this happens, you basically gain a point, and this is how you win in Redemption, by rescuing 5 lost souls. In a stalemate, since neither character wins, neither character loses either. All enhancements are discarded, except weapon class enhancements, and all characters return to their territories. If it's a mutual destruction, by mutual removal, all cards go to where they should, which usually means that both characters are discarded / removed from play, depending on what the ability was, and all enhancements get discarded. Enhancements are always discarded at the end of the battle, whether you win or lose. All enhancements are discarded unless an enhancement states otherwise, and it rarely will. Again, if there's a weapon class enhancement on a warrior class character of a matching brigade, it returns with him to the territory and enters with him into battle. Keep that in mind. Now, if you get a lost soul if you win, you don't get a lost soul if you lose, you don't get a lost soul in a stalemate, and you don't get a lost soul in mutual destruction by mutual removal. However, note, if it is a mutual destruction by numbers, and that's how the battle ends, if the hero is defeating the evil character and the evil character is defeating the hero by numbers, all the characters get discarded, all the enhancements get discarded, and it is a successful rescue attempt. This is martyrdom. The hero dies, the hero gives his life to rescue that lost soul. So it is a successful rescue attempt. Mutual destruction by numbers is a successful rescue attempt. That can happen. That will happen. Now, that takes care of the battle phase, pretty much. There are some advanced rules and special abilities that we should go over so you get as comfortable as possible with all the different kinds of abilities and terms in Redemption. Mind you, there are more rules than what are here, but I'll have more videos later to get you more properly introduced to those other terms. The next video will be dealing with the other kinds of special abilities that you may encounter throughout the game so that you can know how these abilities will affect you and how they will affect your opponent.